for the boys.
Woo! Oh, I fucked.
What is going on, my dudes? Today's kind of a unexpected video. We're gonna go pick up another car. You can see all the little spots, the sunspots over the lens, those lens flares. That's because of all those scratches I showed you on the lens last video. So, granted, you can still see me, so let's get on with it. So, yeah, I'm going to pick up Civic right now. Dennis's old Civic, actually. He's run into some tough times, but he got a good job now. They provided him with a work truck. He's just trying to pay some rent right now while he's in between paychecks, and he doesn't need a Civic anymore, so he's giving it to me for piss cheap. It needs some work, which I don't think I plan on keeping it. I'm honestly probably just gonna end up flipping it. But it'll still be a cheap car. I can get some videos out on it and at least occupy some of my free time while I'm waiting for some more work to show up for me. So, but yeah, it's like a 93 or a 94 EJ1 coupe or EG coupe, whatever you want to call it. So I got my Duncan, I got some hash burns, and I'm gonna get up the mountain. Only thing that sucks right now is Dennis has nobody that can drive him here or follow him down the mountain with the car, so that way he can get a ride back. So that means I gotta drive up the mountain, follow him back because it's on expired tech tags. We're just gonna have to kind of risk it here, and then I have to drive him back. So I got a lot of driving ahead of me today, but hopefully I'll be done with all the driving by like hopefully no later than 3 o'clock. And then we can get to tearing this Civic apart. If I remember right, I don't know if he adjusted the timing since I last drove the car, but it was misfiring a bit and the distributor was all the way retarded. So I'm pretty sure that was the main issue. But it just needs some TLC, it needs some loving. It's got some leaks and stuff, but it's nothing I can't fix. And I'm kind of excited, honestly. So let's get up there, let's get this. Alright, so I have made it to town. I just went to the bank and got some cash, and now I'm pulling up Dennis's road right now. And then I think we're just going straight back down to my house, dropping the car off, and then I gotta bring him right back up here. Kinda sucks, but it's alright. It's what friends do, I guess. Helping him out. He needs the money. I could use the extra project for content, so it all works out. Made it. Alright, so we're finally getting ready to head down the mountain right now. We're kind of taking a chance on this one. He never registered it because he's only had it for about a month, so we're just using a temp tag that he had, even though it's technically expired. But as long as we get past Payson, we should be clear after that. There's almost never any cops going down the mountain, and then I just live a couple miles up the road once we actually hit flat land. So not too worried about it. I think we'll be okay. I'm gonna just follow him close, and hopefully all is well. But yeah, this is it's gonna be fun. So hopefully this works. Alright, so we just stopped right now to put some air in the tire because this tire is pretty old and it's got some cracking on it, so I'm gonna just slap like a $30 used tire from a place up the street. I just realized it has drum brakes, not that that's an issue, because again, I don't know. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna keep this or flip it. Honestly, right now I'm thinking about putting the Z6 out of the Del Sol into here and then turning this into the Daily. Since it's got window tint, I can just transfer the AC stuff over or just go to the junkyard and pull a whole nother kit. And then I can just really kind of not make the Del Sol a full-on project, but then I can B20 VTEC swap it like I have originally planned. And I don't know. To me, the Civic seems more like a daily because it's got back seats, it's got storage room, it's got tint, and so on. So I think that's gonna possibly be the way I go. And so have an extra car at the house just in case, but I don't know. At the same time, I need the money. What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys, what you guys would do. Should I be like Static and fix it and flip it, make some money, or should I just be a pack rat and keep another Honda and save it from being trashed? Somehow made it home safe and sound after choking me out with oil because this thing billows like a freaking Volkswagen guy, whatever. So now I gotta spin right back around, get him back up the mountain, so I'll catch up with you guys when I get home and we can start digging into this thing. Alright, so I'm finally back home. It has been a super long day so far. It's 5 o'clock and I've been on the road since 8:30 this morning because like I said, I've been driving back and forth and it's not fun, but you know what, I helped out a friend. I got, wow, you can really see all this stupid scuffs on the lens right there. But yeah, and then we got the car here. So let me just kind of walk you around it really quick. This is a D15 B7. I'm pretty sure it's the stock motor. If not, it's been swapped with a junkyard one, but it's pretty much shot. It smokes quite a bit. I don't know if it's piston rings. I have to compression check it if I even get around to that. I'm just going to rip it out regardless. Or the valve seals could be bad. Obviously, it's got no AC and stuff, but I am going to try and source out a complete AC kit for this because I think I'm going to keep this and turn it into the daily. But yeah, pretty much just junk in there. It's got HIDs, but I need to get a headlight harness for this side. These hood dampers, I'm probably gonna end up slapping on the Integra. I don't know what wheels these are, but they look pretty nice. But it's got, looks like newer brakes. The tires are pretty much trash. And then let's look on the inside here. Very dirty, but I'm about to do my normal cleaning, rip out the seats and stuff, but it is full interior. And it looks to be in pretty darn good shape, so I'm really stoked on that. Just needs to get a junkyard thing there, little handle over there. I think we should be okay. And then as for the trunk, obviously dirty, but you know what, it's all right. All in all, I'm stoked. $180 car, and I can turn this into the daily. Pretty stoked, honestly. But yeah, I'm gonna get these seats ripped out and I'm gonna start cleaning because it smells in there. And it's very filthy. It's got a lot of tree leaves and stuff in there. I don't even know. Dirt, rocks, crap. So it's finally cleaned up. I've been out here for about an hour and a half now, and I just really want to shower because this car is disgusting. But it cleaned up pretty well, other than the stains in the carpet. Like that. That's gross. I'll try and find some junkyard carpet or just get floor mats or something, but didn't clean up half bad. I need to finish getting the rest of the center console and then the e-brake cover, but other than that, it's all there. So good so far. But it is getting dark out now and I've got to shower and I want to cook some dinner because I am hungry. So I am going to pick this up tomorrow after church. I'm going to try and give this thing a bath, and I may just start ripping the motor out of it, honestly. I mean, I can't drive it anytime soon anyway. It's not regoed. I gotta get it put it in my name yet. Yeah, so it's gonna be a while before this thing goes anywhere. So I may as well just start getting started on it. I mean, not in a huge hurry, but may as well knock it out of the way, you know? So one of the things that I noticed when I was cleaning the car yesterday actually is that this used to be an automatic car because the cluster was never switched around. So that's pretty interesting. And then also, the moonroof doesn't want to close all the way. I've tried adjusting the motor with the Allen key, but I don't know, I just can't get the back end to actually shut, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. But I think for right now, I'm gonna just start draining all the fluids and whatnot. I don't have an engine hoist or a way to jack the car up high enough to pull the motor out from underneath. So can't really take the motor out today like I want to. So I'm gonna have to borrow an engine hoist or engine cherry picker or whatever from work later this week. So that's a bummer. Won't have this out today, but I mean, at least I can get it ready to come out. Alright, so now that this is moved here, the more I'm looking at it, since this car is going to be down for a long time and I don't want to have to push it all over the yard, especially since my yard slants down, so it'll make it even more difficult, I'm just going to park it where the Integra normally parks. I set up the second canopy so I can park the Integra just on the end here, and I have, where is it there? I have side tarps or whatever that can stick onto here. I'm going to just have to secure this down because it gets pretty windy here and it likes to fly away. But yeah, with the Integra out here, I can work in here. I can kick a fan in at the other end here, and I can just leave this parked because I'm gonna jack it up on all fours, get all the wheels off because I gotta like re-secure the bumpers and stuff because they're missing bolts. They're held on by like zip ties. This one's hardly held on because the bolts are missing. Inspect the underside. I gotta obviously disconnect the shift linkages and stuff. And then I'm going to start draining the fluids. I don't know how much of this I'm going to get done today, more than getting the fluids and like the radiator out and like disconnecting all the lines and everything. But I'll try and get as far as I can. I mean, it's just really hot out here today, so I don't know. So car's obviously in the air. I'm gonna get the wheels off, I'm gonna get the front bumper off, and then I'm gonna start draining the fluids, obviously coolant and oil, and then I will probably drop the exhaust because the exhaust, from what I can tell, is literally just the header, and they cut it off like right where the cat would be, so just right back there. So try and pull that off, and then start disassembling this stuff. So let's get to it. Alright, so it looks like this thing's been in a little bit of a fender bender. It really doesn't look mangled at all, but this piece right here looks like it's been re-welded on, and the tack welds, the two tack welds they use, broke. So I'm gonna have to weld that back on. That's not an issue. I'll just have to grind this down, break out the welder. It'll be alright. So I know it looks like bird crap, but it's in place, it's solid. My stupid Harbor Freight cheap welder just has an issue feeding the wire like most of them do. So I don't get actual good beads, I just get more splotches than anything. But yeah, so that's all good now. Now I can start draining the fluids finally. Alright, so everything is off the motor, all the vacuum lines, electrical connectors, fuel lines. I got the charge harness and all that out. I got the radiator, battery, hoses and whatnot. So all that's left is I gotta pop the wheels off and undo the axles. That'll just take a minute, and then it's just the mounts holding it in place, but it is hot out, so I'm going to go take a break. Alright, back from that little break. I'm gonna pop the axles out now, so get the axle nuts off and get to it. Alright, so instead of waiting for my compressor to fill up, I'm gonna just use the old screwdriver and a breaker bar trick instead. Alright, so I didn't realize my memory card ran out of space while I was filming, but I just got the axles out. So there they are. Now all that's left is just the mounts. Engine is just sitting there. So I'm gonna undo the rear mount and then loosen the side mounts and then double check everything. But then I gotta try and I'm gonna use that tire over there to rest the motor on, so that way I can set it on there and then pull it out. And then these two I'm probably gonna have to toss on the jack and try and jack it all up by like the tow hook or something, and see if I can't lift the engine or the front of the car up high enough. Alright, so I ended up taking the exhaust manifold off just to make it easier for when I drop it onto the tire. And I forgot I have to take the shift linkage off. I got one of the rods off right now. I'm about to take the bitch pin out. I don't know what it's actually called, but if you guys have taken shift linkages off before, then you know what piece I'm talking about. Under the boot, under the C-clip, the little pin that holds the linkage connected to the shift selector. I found the easiest way, I think Eric the car guy showed one of these in his videos, using an AC compressor bolt that holds the AC compressor to the block. It's got the pointed tip and good size hammer, can knock it out really easy. So unfortunately I don't have the tripod that goes low enough to get under there, so I'll just knock this down, get the rear mount unbolted, and then we will just cut straight to getting the motor dropped out. Alright, so all that's left is just getting this engine out now, these last two bolts. So trying to do this as safely as I can, but we'll see how this goes. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, that's one way to do it. Good thing this motor's trash anyway. Fuck me. Alright, so that is where I'm going to call it a night. I'm absolutely covered in crap. That was a really sketchy and probably really stupid way to go about that. For other people that do it, I'm sure your jack probably goes higher. Mine doesn't go very high. So that was probably dumb on my part. So I don't advise doing it unless you have a good jack. But yeah, guys, I'm going to end this video here. So if you enjoyed the video, if you are curious to see as to what I do with this, because I don't even know yet, then be sure to like, be sure to comment, be sure to subscribe, stick around, turn on post notifications. And yeah, I'll catch up with you guys in the next video. Hopefully we can get some cleaning done on this. try and rip apart that harness or something and redo it. Anyways guys, do what you love, free to be the rest, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.